So here I am. I've just arrived in Chicago on this cold November night. And it seems that the predictable life of a simple guy from Detroit is about to take an unexpected and dramatic turn. I am on the doorstep of Red Room, the nightclub of my recently deceased uncle, due to take over all its murky business. And as my uncle's death is surrounded by very suspicious circumstances, I'm here to find out who done it.
They call us Russians.
They call anyone from Eastern Europe Russian.
It is its selling point.
The relentless Russians do have more value than two shy Ukrainians.
Although we do have Russian friends.
Friends. With Russian friends, there is always the same story. Russian friends are so powerful, so influential, so helpful.
They did help us a lot. When we first came to this country, our documents were a mess.
And then they asked us for a favor, a tiny one. And then another one still very modest. And then one more on top of that. What wouldn't you do for a friend? And then it was one more, and we were assured it was the final one. And so on.
Until we realized that the only way to make it stop was to run and hide.
I have no one to hide from. Just like I have no place to run. I thought I had it all here. The best roles, the best admirers, best perks. I thought I had the boss wrapped around my little finger. The critics were well paid, and any tabloid worth your attention would tell you I was the biggest attraction in this zoo. Then all of a sudden the boss was out of my reach. Mrs. Douglas, his wife, got an expression of sweet revenge on her face. The French woman, the one who thinks she's good enough to choreograph the Nutcracker for the Royal Ballet. She stops holding back her comments on my dancing technique. She kept them to herself for far too long. Suddenly I discovered that I am a shockingly miserable performer. And now, when I look in the mirror, I begin to wonder if I've spent too much time here. Can you see it too? Everything has happened already at least once, and it happens again and again and again. The circle seems to be unbreakable. Once for me, the unbreakable circle meant no way out. And when there is no way out, only one other way exists: surrender. But as soon as I surrendered, the picture expanded and I realized that everything happens by itself. I think you might be able to guess now how I felt about the long list of my husband's protégés, favorite dancers, and special friends. But could you really ever understand how I feel now? The long-legged choices of my husband think I hate them. But really, I am fascinated by their primitive nature, stupidity, and lack of vision. Everything happens by itself. It just does. I think you were told that I am the Catholic wife, and you expected me to say, everything's in God's hands. That would be an elegant way to wrap it up. People come here to be conned. Think for yourself. Some come here to cheat. They deserve a taste of their own medicine. Some come to find love. They think it can be bought. With that kind of naivete or cynicism, they deserve to be taught a lesson. Some come to fill a hole in their life. A life which has a lack of, you name it. So, like the other darlings of this place, I just provide my part of the entertainment. I'm good at what I do, if I do say so myself. It's not just smoke and mirrors in my blood. I do love the hunting part. Reading people's minds, I mean. Finding out what they came for, and making them believe that what they receive is a rare and perfect match for them alone. This club upped my game. I would call it a professional development. Before, I wouldn't worry about someone coming to me for a refund. Anyone with a complaint would only find pieces of old posters broken by the wind, and the circus tent would be long gone. Now, I have an address, and the smoke is blended in with the real smoke of the cigarettes, and the mirrors are all in golden frames. It's a very satisfactory look. Wouldn't you agree? Circus attached. Dialed and I should say in English, mon Dieu, they are cheap. And Monsieur Douglas, imbecile, looking at the every flared skirt, I wonder if you bought the club just to be able to do it for free. In the beginning, it didn't seem to be comfortable. Yes, I knew it wasn't the place for someone of my caliber, but the owner didn't try to impose any artistic vision on me, and I liked that. Bonjour, I was never under the illusion that this was a sign of him being liberal. Clearly, the man hasn't had any kind of artistic vision in his life. As long as the dresses are short enough, and the leading part is allocated to the girl of his choice, anything goes. And with these girls, you wouldn't do any better. Merde, rien cette voiture. Ici, I was sure there was milk. No bourgeois ballet school around here would have such a good supply. What are you implying? Does your comment suggest I need a drink? Everyone here needs a drink, mon chéri. Everyone. Looking at me now, you would never think that I started out on stage. I was never beautiful, talented, or ambitious enough, but I could still do a decent supporting act. At the end, feathers in the background, I stayed in this place after my stage journey came to an end. I was never eager for change. Was it necessary to make one? People get used to places, don't they? Luckily enough, there was a vacancy for wardrobe keeper. I knew all the girls, their preferences and needs. Well, being one of them myself, I had learned everything I needed to know, so the position fitted me like a glove. And now I have even more reason to be here. That woman is always watching me. Sometimes it feels creepy, but she's always nice, supportive, and helpful, and she never makes any advances, like all the male voyeurs in this place do. They cost me nothing. She can watch. I have to be so careful here. Girls who want to get somewhere must be careful. That's the rule. It's like walking on ice. So far, I am doing very well. I've had no confrontation with the French madame. I'm good at the innocent and slightly confused look. The, I'm sorry, I don't understand your accent act. It fools her just fine. I'm good at avoiding the prima bitch. That takes a lot of effort. I'm very polite to Mrs. Douglas, but she still hates me. Damn it, she doesn't buy my facade. I am nice to Mr. Douglas. Nice! But I know where the line is. He won't get me for cheap. So far, so good. You see, I do want to get somewhere. secrets and fears. This is what holds us here. If not for our secrets, how would we get here? If not for our fears, why would we stay? And our Mr. Douglas was a masterful puppeteer. He never threatened us, or came too close for comfort. It was just indirect hints, curious parables, or strange facial expressions. Just enough to keep you tense, keep you uncertain. You see, he was the kind of guy who would catch a fly in a glass. Not for the kill, but for the pleasure of seeing its desperation in being trapped. So you shouldn't believe anyone here. All of us have a secret. And I am going to tell you my secret. You wonder why? I am good with the hearts and the Queen of Spades, officer. I know when it's the right time to produce my tricks. My secret is that there are a few guys who believe they didn't get even with me. My traveling circus times are well behind me, but these guys have a good memory, and they are eager to give me the bill. I believe the Russians are hiding from someone too. I have learned constantly to look over my shoulder, and I notice when someone does the same. Don't expect me to say any more. Other people's secrets are other people's business. Just a month ago, the girl played all these starring roles, and now she is nothing. She's lost everything. Her position, her lover, her future. When she was just beginning to imagine that she had one. Maybe she killed Mr. Douglas when she realized she never had a chance with him in the first place. French is always drunk. Well, every time she manages to get a hold of a bottle, she is. Maybe she killed Mr. Douglas while she was off a face, delirious, and didn't know what she was doing. The day Mr. Douglas died, French had all the luck. She was drunk. It's a great alibi. I came across one secret. I overheard it one night. They don't take me seriously. They believe I don't speak English well enough to understand them. They aren't careful. But I observe things. I can put two and two together. And it equals the dresser is the starlet's mom. These modern-day Frida Kahlo accusations are a pile of rubbish. Mothers love their offspring. And this is the true nature of Dresser's admiration. It makes me wonder if the dresser killed Mr. Douglas to protect her daughter. The starlet believes that everyone desires her as a woman. But the truth is, she has very little brain in her pretty head. The little floozy dreamt of becoming the one. Good God, I've seen it too many times. For each of them, the little attention they receive from Mr. Douglas becomes a fantasy of the life they all wanted to have. I bet she killed my husband to get her revenge on him for being fooled.
Mrs. Douglas? So deceitful, putting on the act of a virtuous and dedicated wife. But I saw her the other day. I saw her with someone in the shadows. And it wasn't Mr. Douglas. How do I know? Well, I just do. She has her own dirty secret. Would it lead her to kill her husband? Well, she clearly doesn't love him as much as she likes to pretend. That's all I have to say.
On the day of this unfortunate incident, not one inhabitant of Red Room Cabaret was out. And that's why no obvious eliminations were made from the list of suspects. I wondered if any of the women had an alibi of some kind, and they all did. They were all equally talkative and willing to share their whereabouts at the time of the crime. Oh, I forgot to mention, at this point, the coroner's report stated that my uncle was stuffed with arsenic, like a Christmas turkey with chestnuts. And his suspicious death was moved to the murder category. Apparently, the murder weapon was a bottle full of lethal spirit that was found next to the dead body of my poor uncle.
Sister were practicing with the French madame. We all were practicing with the French choreographer. We were working on the supporting act. The supporting act to my central piece. My central piece, which that young floozy has taken away from me. These girls have no talent, just their abilities. But I have to teach them, so I do my best. The result is disappointing. But look at what I have to work with. This French woman thinks she can dance. Rubbish.
My neck was in pain. Oh, officer, it is related. Let me explain. I slept funny on it. You know how that happens sometimes? So I woke up and I couldn't move it. Most of the tricks I perform for my clients are useless bluffs, but there are a few honorable skills under my belt too. Basic massage and some eucalyptus balm did a world of good for the dresser. Poor soul. She could barely move her head that morning. On top of the treatment, I did a couple of my signature magic tricks. The woman would be ill with the nasty smell did all the work. It is very embarrassing to tell you. I was talking to the starlet. I didn't intend to teach her manners. I couldn't care less. But she is so irritating. She tries to be nice to me, foolish girl. We bumped into each other in the corridor and I just couldn't help myself. I had to tell her how many adorable darlings of Mr. Douglas passed through this place.
Yes, and I assured Mrs. Douglas that I would never, never have anything going on with a married man. I'm not that type of girl.
Dear ladies, could you explain to me how your fingerprints are found on this murder weapon? The fingerprints of all 8 of you?
The common knowledge of a red room is if you need to get a bottle, you ask the Russians. This isn't going on the record, right? And consequently, every bottle in this place should have our fingerprints on it. Red rum is not our style, though. Vodka would work better with our Russian image. Bourbon would be better with the style of this place. Yes, I recall, red rum was totally Mr. Douglas's idea. His request, you see, and it was delivered as requested.
Deliver with precision. You can't implicate me with anything. Someone saw me?
Well, someone is mistaken. The witness is absolutely positive. And I was there with the bottle in my hand. Damn it.
Yes, I had the bottle, but I didn't bring it in with me. I took it from Mr. Douglas's office. I still have the key. Yes, you are right. I stole it. I stole it and I hid it. Yes, I did. I didn't do anything else. I can't do more. I can just be a lousy thief. That's all that's left of me now. I left it in the choreographer's room. I knew she would be drinking. Drunk French is decent company for the fallen star.
Are the battles any different? They are all the same shape, filled up with the same sheet. This bottle, it looks the same as the bottle that miraculously appeared in my room that day. Maybe if someone told me this story, I would be a skeptic like you. Well, this is what happened. What did I do when I found it? Questions would be there. What do you do with any bottle? Throw it away if it is empty. Drink from it if it is not. So I did. I had to open it first. It had a girl, and my opener was nowhere to be found. I had to go to the magician's room to borrow one. She wasn't there, so I emptied myself.
Mon Dieu, now I got it. Did I take the wrong bottle? Did the witch complain I took a property? What a petty woman.
I left out the bottle in perfect condition, not opened, like a virgin. People really disappoint me. It was good luck, you say? The bottle I replaced contained a good dose of arsenic. That fact won't stop me from drinking. It just proves my incredible luck. I admit to the possibility this bottle was under my care. I get mine where everyone else does. The Russian girls. The few magic tricks I did with it wouldn't poison anything. I can't turn water into wine, nor can I turn red rum into poison. I can't turn anything into anything. But I claim I can transform a drink into a magic potion. It earns me a dime. Some people do believe in it. You don't. I do not either. But Dresser does. She asked to help with a heartfelt affair. This woman, she's still a kid. A true believer. And this is no crime. You may be as skeptical of your kid believing in Santa Claus, but you wouldn't lock him up for that, would you?
You may think it was red rum, but it was not. Am I obliged to tell you? Oh, well, it was a love potion in that bottle. That's what it was. I don't know if it works. Do you? What if it does work? Surely there's no harm in trying when there's a chance of getting a result. I gave it to someone who would need it more than me. I gave it as a gift from a friend. I didn't explain the magic bit. If magic works, it works even without our knowledge. But our disbeliefs could dilute that power, right? Does it sound foolish? I know. I didn't want to look too silly. I'm sorry.
Do I recognize the bottle? Should I? Red rum? Oh, never for me. Such strong alcohol is bad for my appearance. Look! I would drink nothing stronger than a cream soda. Oh. You believe I touched it? Did I? Okay. Maybe it looks a bit familiar. I recognize it now. It was given to me as a present. Just between me and you, the woman is in love with me. Of course, she could never have expected me to reciprocate her feelings, but I didn't want to hurt her by declining her present. Some people like to make presents. I was trying to be nice, but I wouldn't drink it, no. So what did I do with it? What did I do with it? What did I do with it? I think I left it in Mr. Douglas's office. Oh yes, you said I was never there. Oh, this is the one. I recall I gave it to him, as I wouldn't touch the drink myself. Oh yes, I said it. I didn't see Mr. Douglas that morning. I did say it. I don't know. I didn't do it. I bought the bottle. I brought the bottle, but it was just a drink for him to soften up. It was just my plan to discover his true intentions. When he had a sip and then he fell over, it was so ugly, so scary. I just ran away, but you must believe me, I didn't do it. My husband talked to me the very morning on the day he died. I am sorry, he said. He said I was stupid. He said he understands how badly I was hurt. He assured me that he wants to make it up to me. If it had just happened 7 years back, when I still believed the world is ruled by commitments and dedications, I may have believed him. But it was 7 years too late. Did my husband show me this bottle? He showed me a bottle with a proposal to celebrate the reunion of our hearts. My husband said he got me a very special spirit, and that evening he would mix me my favorite. You see, I have a soft spot for some Cuban-inspired cocktail. The one my hubby declared he hated because of its sweetness. So the treat would be all mine. Was it the same bottle? Perhaps. I did examine the bottle my husband proposed to share together that evening. That would be the only reason you found my fingerprints on it. I already heard from the cabaret girls that the drink was poisoned. Reunion celebration could have been the last celebration of my life. The drink was poisoned, and in the end, this is what killed my husband. Isn't it so? For whatever one sows, that he will also reap. A man of your intelligence, officer, would recognize that quote from the Bible. A man of your intelligence would follow the trails and unpredictable coincidences and trace the journey of the bottle to see that it ended right back where it started.
I think perhaps this could be one of those weird cases where the enigma of what happened will remain undiscovered, and your own solution of the puzzle will be based only on your faith in human nature.
American,
Siéntame que tú pasa, tu bebida enamora, más te bebe, whisky and soda, policía te estorba, tu valor rock and roll, tu toca baseball, más de Bergamel, fidelidad, la perfecta de la, tu valor americano, 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 fascinante visuales, sienta de noche, sarmienta, bajo, Sinapolita, tu valor americano, tu valor americano, whisky and soda, rock and roll, whisky and soda, rock and roll. Whisky and soda.